Hey you! My name is Vivian from the Paper Letter blog, and today I have another video making wax seal stamps and some personal life updates about the cat cafe. I just wanted to do like a little quick chatty introduction because I have some things to tell you. By the time you're watching this, because I know this will be online on Monday, when you're watching this I'm actually still in France, in the south of France, because my mom, my two aunts and I are going to visit my cousin who lives there and who just had a baby. So I'm going to meet my second cousin for the very first time and I'm really excited. Also, it will be the first time ever that I will be holding a baby. So wish me luck. In these videos you see me dropping a lot of things, so let's just hope that Okay, I'm not gonna finish that sentence. Anyway, just wanted to give you that little personal update because, like I said, I will be in the south of France. I have been there. It's Monday when you're watching this video, so I have been there all weekend, which also means that I probably haven't replied to any comments on the Friday video. But I will get to that very soon. But yeah, you know, when I'm on a family trip I don't want to be on my phone too often. Then I asked you guys on Instagram, or the ones of you who follow me on Instagram, I asked if you would be interested in seeing a little tour of the cat cafe so far. Yeah, let me just quickly explain that for those of you who are either new to my channel or who have not been able to see my videos for quite a while. Breda is going to have its very own cat cafe, and guess who got hired? This lady. I'm super excited. I was so afraid they wouldn't hire me because it seemed like a dream job. You know, I have always loved being a waitress. This makes me so excited. I have always loved being a waitress ever since I was 6 years old. I wanted to be a waitress. It's just a job that I really enjoy doing, and I love waitressing, I love coffee, and obviously I love cats. And in case you're wondering what that sound is in the back, that is actually Noos, who decided that when I'm filming a video is the perfect time for eating. So the sounds you hear in the background are actually my own cat, but I was really excited about working in the cat cafe, so you can probably imagine how happy I was when I got hired. But because it's a totally new cat cafe, they're not open yet, and the last couple of weeks I have been helping with construction. I'm kidding, I just do like the painting and I help them out with getting everything done. This may sound a little bit weird, but it's totally voluntarily. They are not making me do this. I don't have to go if I don't want to, but I was just quite excited about you know, getting to know my future boss, my future colleagues a little bit better, and also about helping out. I like feeling useful, and this is definitely making me feel useful. We work quite hard and we were able to achieve so much, and I cannot wait to show you that in a video. But because I'm already talking so much, I will now get to the wax seal part, and then I'll probably do voiceovers in between. I don't know yet how I'm going to do this because the clips I made are all different clips from the past couple of weeks or maybe even months. So I don't know. I'm sorry, I'm talking way too much right now. I'll go to the wax seals and then I'll put the clip of the cat cafe at the end of this video. Really hope you enjoy it, and I'll see you guys very soon. Enjoy! Okay, voiceover, and we're starting with an epic fail because not only did I blow out the match, I also blew out the candle. Anyway, I just showed you this envelope. It's actually for a letter swap. We did a letter and tea swap exchange on the Dutch Swapper group, and I love the way that envelope looks. I cut out one of those birds from a vintage book, I should say, from a vintage bird book. Vivian, this is going great. And I decorated that a little bit, and I wanted to make an orange wax seal as well because the bird has some orange accents, but I don't know, it's way more red than I had anticipated. I mixed a couple different reds apparently instead of red and orange.
but still quite a nice combination of colors. And I'm actually using some of my makeup for a finishing touch. I don't know if that will actually survive the meal. I will have to check that one time, but I saw other people do this mainly on Instagram, and I thought it would be fun to try, because I don't know how else to make that bee look that pretty. So that is the first wax seal, pretty little bumblebee. Then next up, this is something I did a few weeks ago. I had a little stack of meals and I thought it would be fun to film myself making a bunch of wax seals in a row. And I decided to start with that orange pink-ish one. And this time I think I actually do use orange wax. Or at least I'm using red and white and, you know. Oh, and that bag, I don't know if I told you before, but that Ziploc bag actually has some leftover pieces of wax. So I'm just picking random leftovers to add to that. And by the way, I don't think I told you this yet, but I've done a couple wax seal videos, right? The wax seal supplies and wax seal pourings, and I actually get messages from people saying that they're now also into wax seals because of my my videos. So that's really great. I'm always happy to inspire and to help you spend more money. I'm sorry. And that's just what I do. I just take out the leftover wax and then it dries on that paper, and then you can just reuse it. So then I put it in a Ziploc bag and I can use it another time. Look, this one is like a bright red, and it had a wreath. I never know how to pronounce it. Every time I try to pronounce the word wreath or wreath, I tell myself I have to look it up on Google and I forget. So after this video I'm going to look up on Google how to pronounce that. The next one I'm making is going to be a dark green with white and gold. I told you in the wax seal supplies video, yeah, that's just the end result with the pencil, but I told you in the wax seal supply video that I use one of those gardening scissors to cut the wax beads in half. Super easy. I use them to cut roses before I put them in the vase. And I also use them for my wax seals. Wax seal beads. Wax beads, I don't know. And there we go. This one is so pretty. I love that combination of the dark green, the gold and the white. Very nice. And I did a video a few weeks ago, I think 2 weeks ago, where I showed you my new stamps, my new wax seal stamps, and I'm using them all the time now because they're so pretty. I'll link that video down below if you want to check it out. Obviously it's not sponsored or I would have told you. I'm just genuinely so excited, and I also love how this seal matches the envelope. Okay, what I'm doing now is something new that I wanted to try. I just cut a bunch of colors into small pieces, and I was hoping that that would create some sort of a speckled effect. I'm still like playing around with this. This was just like a trial and error kind of thing, but it's fun to try different things, and I have so many colors of wax now that I can just do those kind of things. Ta-da! Isn't that beautiful? Oh, I'm so excited. And that's actually one of my new wax seals as well. Wax seal stamps, I never know. Very pretty. So I'm just dropping in the different colors all at once. There are different sizes, different how do you say that? Different amounts. Hehe. And then the waiting begins. So if you're watching this, I'm quite curious what you guys think about, or what you are doing actually, because whenever I watch a lot of crafty YouTube videos, I usually get in the mood for crafting myself. So what I usually do is I just I have a playlist on YouTube called Watch Later, so I just save everything in there that I want to watch later, and then when I feel like crafting I just turn on that YouTube playlist and I start crafting, and it's like I'm watching crafty YouTube videos and I'm making stuff myself. That is a gold paint pencil kind of. I'll put the link in the description box down below, and I'm using that to give it a nice color. And I cannot say for certain if they stay colored basically when they get shipped, but I do know that this doesn't, like, it doesn't come off on my fingers, and when I use Tombows for example, it comes off right away. Ta-da! I'm really happy. I get like very excited when I see this. I'm a little bit of a nerd. But like I said, when I use regular pencils, the color comes right off, and with these, I'm not sure. I'm gonna have to ask the recipients if the marker is still on there. And then all the different colors of wax have melted. As you can see in the spoon, they still have like all the individual colors, which I really like. And by the way, that envelope, I was so excited because I get excited by these things a lot, because that paper was originally just black and white and it was kind of boring, and in the paper pad that I had for a while and I kept flipping past it, never really liked it. But then I felt like doing like watercoloring, and then I colored it in, and I was so happy with how that paper turned out. And it's very colorful, and I was hoping to do the same with the wax seal, but as you can see, that dark purple / blue is really all you can see. So unfortunately it doesn't have like that speckled effect that I had in mind. If any of you do know how to make a speckled effect and have a great tip for me, feel free to leave it in the comments down below. But still, it ended up quite nice. Oh yeah, but before I got distracted, I get distracted so easily. Before I got distracted, I was asking you guys and telling you guys about what I like to do when I make YouTube videos. So I will either be crafting myself, or I will be fussy cutting some images, or you know, I'll just be coloring in my coloring books. And I was wondering if you guys are doing anything like that right now, or maybe you're just like only watching this video. That's obviously fine as well. And this is something new I tried. I have like these jelly rolls, and I tried to like color in the flower to see if that would work, and it does work, but I do think it comes off, so it just looks cool for the photo. But ta-da! Okay, and another one I'm doing with gold, black and white, and I will show you why I chose these three colors in a second. It's just melting away. So I did like 1 gold, 1 white and half a black bead. And this is the envelope that it's going to be put on. And I inspired those colors I got inspired for those colors by the stamp, which also has black and white, not gold, but I think it would match really well. And this time I tried something different. Usually I'll sort of circle the spoon around, and this time I just held it in place so that you would get all the colors in their own corner basically. And I'm using one of my favorite stamps, and I actually sped it up this time. Like I cut right to this part, which is the best part. And there we have the bee again. You cannot see it that clearly, so I tried coloring it in with a black marker, but that didn't work, so I took it off. And this is fun. This actually an old video, as you can see, because I don't have the furnace yet. But I wanted to make a couple wax seals, and this one is actually really pretty, because as you can see on the envelope, you have these really pretty colors, light blue and green, and I actually mixed some sort of the same colors with some extra blue for a wax seal. And I'm using some more dried flowers. I actually plucked these on an evening walk with Gijs. We should do that more often. I had a lot of fun on that evening walk. And I know the white flowers, in Dutch they're called Fluitenkruid, which translated to English basically means whistle herb or whistle flower. I don't know. Just thought that would be a fun fact. I don't actually know what is the English name. And we're pouring. And as you can see in this one, you can quite clearly see the difference between that turquoise, the blue and the white. And obviously I'm going to add the flowers. And this is like all trial and error. I've been playing around with dried flowers for a few weeks now, and yeah, you just really have to see what works and what doesn't work. Oops. And I don't actually remember. This is weeks ago. I don't actually remember how this one turned out, but I'm sure I'll be pleased. Anything with flowers usually pleases me. And it comes right off. Oh yeah, of course I used the flour, and you can still see the dried flour in there, but I think you have to know that they're dried flowers, otherwise you would just think that I messed up somehow. And this is actually an envelope for a swap that I did. I actually made a video of this as well. This is the loaded greeting card number 1. The vintage loaded greeting card I did a few weeks ago. And I thought I would make a wax seal for that as well. I used the darker gold that I have and the dark green. And I'm actually mixing it through this time with a paper clip. Oh yeah, and I'm making it on that kitchen paper because the envelope is not flat. And I was afraid the wax would go everywhere if I tried to make it straight on the envelope. Excuse me. And then I'm using some of that embossing powder, which is a dark gold. Very pretty. And I'm dropping in some more flowers. This time I'm using the yellow flowers. I don't actually know what they're called, but they're so tiny and cute. And you have to be quick, even though it seems like I'm being very slow. You have to be quick because the wax dries quite quickly. As you can see me pressing down quite hard, and that is because the wax already dried a little bit. And oh, that's what happens when you use that kitchen paper, it just comes right off. And what I do then is I use glue, just normal tacky glue, the white glue, to put that on the paper. And as you can see, the flowers are kind of lost in there, but the embossing paper is embossing glitter is really pretty. So I just used white kids glue to glue that down. Okay, it's time for a quick tour of the cat cafe. This is where you enter, then you have like the front door and then the cat door. Cat door. Okay. Okay. This is where our eye catcher will be, but they took it off for painting. And this is the toilet, but this is the cat tunnel. They go in here. They go in there, and this is our kitchen. No cats allowed. Sorry for all the background noises. This is where I'm currently painting. But anyway, you have the cat tunnel, and then they come that way, that way, that way, that way. And they go down here. This is where they go down. Oh, it's much more quiet here, and then they can go here. It's all in construction, so please don't mind the mess. And this is gonna be the cat's only space, as well as this here. So don't mind the mess. Like I said, it's still all in construction and we're very, very busy, but we painted nearly all the walls 3 times now, so it should be good. This is gonna be our dishwashing area. And again, the kitchen, and the front obviously will be for the guests. Okay, so that was just a quick tour of the cat cafe. I'm really sorry for my terrible way of filming. You may have guessed it already, but I don't often film with my phone. I usually use my camera. I just want to say one more thing, and that is don't forget to follow the cat cafe on Instagram as well, because we're trying to broaden our reach, and I would be very grateful if you would help us with that. That's it for today. I'll see you guys again on Friday, and I hope you have a great week. Bye bye.